Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not welcome back to the Goosebumps reviews. We're talking about my Hairiest adventure. Because that's not too hairy. So this episode has always been a confusing one for me. Because the plot has never made sense. And now that I'm kind of looking to the books to try to figure out if there's something in the books that would make some stuff make sense, it still doesn't. It's pretty straightforward from the book. There's some changes I have listed here, but our main character here is Larry. Now, I don't know the actor that he's played by, but it's always been confusing to me because his voice has always reminded me of another actor. Like, and I couldn't find any information on it anywhere until today, upon doing my, look of information for this episode, I found confirmation. So, if you start listening to this, if you start watching this episode, you listen to his voice, it will sound familiar. That's because it's not the actor's voice. I don't know why, it doesn't explain why, but the actor's voice who plays Larry was overdubbed by Amos Crawley, who you may know as Chuck from the two Haunted Mass episodes, or Ethan from the Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, Tale of the Ghastly Grinner. Cakes. Yeah, that was his nickname from the girl, the comic book lady. And I've always thought about that. It sounds just like him. And so, digging deeper and deeper and finding, for some reason, I don't know if they just didn't like the kid's voice or what, he was replaced with Amos Crawley. So, Amos Crawley is technically in 3 Goosebumps episodes. One Are You Afraid of the Dark? Because his voice is here. So, Larry is being chased by a bunch of dogs, and then you have this voiceover where he explains that he has allergies, so he's not supposed to run. The dogs are chasing him for what reason? We don't know. And then the tree branch he's on breaks, but he's saved by his friend Lily. And so then they go to this random abandoned garage that they practice in because they're a band with their friends Manny and Jared. Yeah. In the book, they had another friend named Christina. There's also mention of another character named Howie in the article. Neither of them are in this. So, yeah. And they're auditioning because they're going to play at a kid's birthday party. So they're going and they suck. And so, here comes the most confusing part of this episode for me. They find a bottle of Instant Tan and start putting it on their skin or whatever, right? And they're so happy about it. Here, Larry does a prank, which in the book was done by Manny, but here it's Larry that does the prank. Really doesn't make sense here, but fine. And, yeah. Then that night, Larry realizes that he's growing hair on his body. And the parents, he freaks out. He's like, oh, hair, my body. And his hands, and then the next day, so the acting in it is not the best. I think Larry's is the best because he's being voiced over by Amos Crawley. And Amos Crawley, unlike most voiceover stuff, he's actually putting emotion into it. Whereas a lot of voiceover stuff, if they're just overdubbing something, it's just like you ever watch a Godzilla movie and they overdub the Japanese language for the Americans? It's pretty much, oh no, we have to stop Godzilla. You have to go now. Let's go. It's just standard overdubbing, no emotion. We need to overdub this so the Americans can hear this and understand what's going on. Whereas here he's actually put some emotion to his reason. It's good. But there's after Larry crashes from the tree, He's like, I don't know why these dogs always chase me. And then the actress who plays the lead is like, I don't know, Larry. Seems like whatever she says, and just her eyes are like, I don't know, Larry. And then later she has a thing when they find the bottle. She's like, well, maybe and this is like, what? And like one of her friends is like, oh right, Jared or whatever it is. No, I think that's Manny. But like, I don't know. It's confusing. He starts getting the hair, and then he goes over. So they try to find their friend Manny, and when they go to Manny's house, because we see that this Dr. Merkin gives him injections for his supposed allergies. So he gets one of those, and they're very concerned that something is going on. And then they say that the hair, well, actually, the hair hasn't come up yet, but he's just sort of like that, you know. So he blames the instant tan for it. Again, it's confusing. So in the book, there's a whole part where they go to school. Here, there's not. So there's no teacher, principal, or gym teacher here, like in the book. Point that out. So they go to Manny's house the next day, and they find that Manny's gone, and there's a guy at the house who's selling the house, and they're like when they try to ask people, like Lily's first is like, well, you know Manny, and then when they're telling her parents, because he goes over to her house, Larry goes over to Lily's house for dinner, and even the dad's like, well, you know Manny, like he's trying to cover up something here, you know, but yeah. And then Larry's hair starts to grow back, and he sees there's a hair on the dad's piece of corn on the cob, so he slaps the corn out of his hand. Let me tell you something, Larry. You don't ever slap the corn. You respect the corn, and the corn will respect you. You do not disrespect the corn. Hey, here. Apologize, Larry. Say you're sorry to the corn. Say it. There you go. Not disrespect the corn. Anyway, he then flees to the bathroom, pretending he has to use the toilet. And I love the dad's line where he's like, see, I told you tuna loaf's not good on after the third day. Actually, food, after it's cooked and fixed, you have a 3-day thing. So if you fix it on a Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the last day that you can eat it. So if it's the third day, it should still be good. Maybe if it's after the third day, then no. But on the third day is fine. After that, you shouldn't do it. But he goes upstairs. Oh, I gotta mention, there was another scene earlier when he first finds the hair. He freaks out and runs to his bathroom, grabs his dad's electric razor and starts shaving it off. And like the dad's pounding on the door. Are you okay? He's like, can I get some privacy? As if that's gonna cover up the sound of the loud electric razor. That's not how that works, but okay. But yeah. Here he goes into Lily's bathroom looking for a razor. It's like, doesn't anyone shave in this house? Well, the dad has to. Every guy grows a beard, so the dad grows facial hair at least. The dad has to shave somewhere. Maybe he doesn't have an electric razor. I don't know. He then tries to escape through the window, but away. They ask what's for dessert. He asks for what's for dessert, and they're like, oh, tapioca. 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 First of all, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to hide this because I love me some tapioca pudding. But he tries to escape. And the dogs are there for some reason because they were chasing him around. I mean, it's explained later why, but yeah. But, so the next day, he goes home, He checks his body for the hair and he freaks out. And then this is where the doctor comes in and tells him that it's just probably an allergic reaction. And they're like, well, then the parents are like, oh, hey, does Seth have to do that? Because they're practicing for an audition. Oh, yes, of course. All these excuses they're making up, and they're making them up. No doubt about it. Puberty. Just say it's puberty, because that would make the most sense. We're like, oh, the way the doctor is just like, oh, it's just an allergic reaction. It'll go away. Puberty. Although, try to explain that away, like, because he keeps shaving and it comes back. I'll go through all the differences at the end, but I don't know. So he goes the next day to see Lily, and when he gets there, the parents are packing their stuff, and they claim that there is no Lily. He was just there for dinner the night before. And when he runs home to tell his parents, they pretty much just ignore him. He freaks out, and then finds this dog that looks just like Lily with the two different colored eyes, because they make that a little plot point, and thinks that that's Lily. He then runs away to the only place he can go to, the garage, because in the book he tries to get the Instantan so that he can, because they say it's expired in 1991, which it's 1996 here, so 5 years expired, but here he's running there to get some explanation, and there he finds just a guy and his son there. Apparently this is the guy he was auditioning for, and there's another dog there which he finds is Jared. And in the book, he finds the bottle to bring to Dr. Merkin, but the dogs chase him and he drops it, breaking it because it's made of glass for some reason. What kind of lotion is in a glass bottle? Maybe that's supposed to play to it's expired or something. I don't know. But here he sees that the dog, he's like, Jared? It looks like Jared. How the hell do you think it looks like Jared with the dog? And then the kid freaks out because he starts to change. He runs home and we get the cover. It looks like the Wolfman. Then it's revealed that they were dogs the entire time. Yep, and he's not just a dog, he's the dog from the opening that has the eye turn yellow. Even you get a nod to that where it's like, this feels familiar. Which, yeah, he's talking about remembering being a dog, but also it's a nod to the fact that it's in the opening, you know? And the fact that they had Amos Crawley overdub this means that they were keen to this, you know? But, yeah, he was a dog the entire time. Apparently it's explained in the script, but not in the episode, that all the parents were sterile in the neighborhood, were sterile and couldn't have kids, so they tried to turn dogs into kids, and it was Dr. Merkin's experiment. And so now he gets to play with his friends, they're all dogs, but then it ends with the Dr. Merkin showing up with a baby, which he names Jasper, except for it's a girl. Who would name a baby girl Jasper? And that's the cat from earlier. His cat Jasper is now a baby. Maybe cats are better. I don't know. Yeah. So I went looking for an explanation from the book, thinking, oh, they must have changed the ending to be goofy for the episode because the ending from the book was too scary, right? Because in this episode, it's never the Instantan, them putting on the Instantan and it not having anything to do while they were turning it back into dogs would make no sense. Maybe if you wrote in there the Instantan counteracted the effects of them being human, but no, it's nothing. So I thought, there must be an explanation in the book. Yeah, no, it's the same thing. There's no reason for the Instantan. It's basically just a MacGuffin. It's a red herring MacGuffin. That has nothing to do with. It's pretty much cut and dry the same ending. They were experimenting, turning them into humans. But yeah, here are the differences. In the book, Larry cares more about his hair. In the episode, he doesn't. But they still call him Hairy Larry. And there's even a line from really... Hairy Larry cares more about his hair than anything else. But he really... No, that he doesn't. Because there's no other scene that does that. Larry had another friend named Christina. She's not in the episode. There's also a character named Howie that has to do with the Battle of Bands. He's not in the episode. Because, yeah, we get it. Lily's last name in the book is Vaughn. Here it's Turnbull. I do remember that. Larry finds the Instantan to give to Dr. Merkin, but is chased by dogs and he drops it. I said that. Well, here it's just in the trash. It was thrown away accidentally. So, in the book, Larry's fur disappears every time he shaves it off and then comes back eventually later. Here it seems to go away when he calms down, which is kind of weird. It doesn't really make any sense because once he's a dog and he's calmed down, I just think he would turn back. Maybe once you're a dog, he doesn't change anymore. This one takes place over a couple days, but in the book it's over at least a week, and it's spring, and in the episode it's spring instead of winter. In the book it's winter, in the episode it's spring. There's a Battle of the Bands, and here it's a kid's birthday party. Jared in the book is not a dog. He's the only one that's actually human, which kind of doesn't make any sense. Everyone in the neighborhood is supposed to be barren, or sterile, but in the book, Manny pulls the prank about the Instantan doing something to their skin. In the episode, it is Larry, and then, like I said, Larry's teacher, principal, and gym teacher all appear in the book. Here, they never go to school, so yeah, because it only takes place over a few days. So I have no idea why the Instantan is even in the episode or the book, because it's not the cause of anything. It's maybe, like I said, it's supposed to be like a red herring thing where you think that's what it is, but it amounts to nothing once the twist happens, and I don't know. I'll give it 1 curly skull out of 5. It's not, no. So with the addition of Amos Crawley, no. And is that it? Is that all 5 that I was doing? No, there's one more. There's one more. I'm gonna do more than 5, but I had 5 thumbnails picked out. There's one more. I forgot to mention that this one was next. Coming up next, though, we're gonna welcome Catherine Isabel to the world of Goosebumps. It came from beneath the sink. Yeah, I don't remember that one being that good either. So 2 stingers in a row, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, what are your thoughts on My Hairiest Adventure? That sounds weird when I'm putting in a sentence like that. What's your thoughts on My Hairiest Adventure? So should like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and respect the corn. Huh? Respect the corn. Respect it. Respect the corn. Respect the corn.